Hi there everyone, this video is to teach you how to use the online incident report form. So I'm going to assume that everyone has access to the internet for this video. There is a link in the email that I sent that you can click on it and get straight through to the form anyway, but let's go with that. You've got access to the internet and you're going to go to our organisation and then you're going to come across here and find personnel, work health and safety. Once you've got that, I recommend that you make that a shortcut so that you don't have to go through that step every time. And you can see here a nice big bold reported incident. So we're going to click on that. It's going to take you into our work health and safety incident report page. So you can report an incident, report a hazard, and do your 6-month inspection. Now, the advantage of this page is that nobody needs a login to do it, so it's nice and simple. So if you've logged into the internet, you're fine, or if you just click on the link on the email, then you're fine. You can also take that link off the email and make it a bookmark, and I'll show you how to do that at the end of the video. For today, though, we're going to report an incident, nice and simple. So we're going to click on here, and it's going to ask you a few questions. So first of all, what is the time and date of the incident? So let's say this morning at 9 o'clock, just when we started work, that someone had an incident. We're going to select the site, so we're going to find the site that we're actually at. So you can see here all the sites are listed, and you can scroll down here to find the site that you actually need. And let's go and pick on Oasis today and say we're going to find out where we are, so which site we're at. So it might be New South Wales ACT, Queensland, or in the future we'll have some other options down the bottom as well. So let's go for New South Wales for now, and I'm going to pick on my friends at Hunter Oasis in the cafe, and so we're going to do that now. Now we're going to choose the incident type. What this means is by the drop down, was it a near miss? Was there a potential for harm but no actual injury? Was the injury to an employee, a volunteer, a participant in the Salvation Army, general public, officer and contractor? There are the options. That should cover just about everything. If you can't find that option there, then just go for the best one for that example. So what we're going to do now, we're going to pretend we're doing an injury to participant in the Salvation Army program. I'm going to click on that. It's going to ask me now the brief description, add a name of the person first in the thing. So we're going to put Matt Kemp cut his finger while using a knife in the kitchen. And we're going to put in here first aid only. So that gives me a good description of what's happened. I know that Matt's cut his finger using a knife and only needed first aid. So he didn't go to the hospital. There was nothing further needed. That's nice and simple. Now going to be reported by, now in this case it's me again, but that's okay. So that'd be your name or whoever reported the incident, and completed by, and in me, this is this once again. Time and date reported. This is really important because once we hit this here, this will actually show us how long between the accident and the report is. So it's 10:30 now. There's no half an hour spot, so I'm going to go 10 a.m. So you can see there, we've got the date of the incident, today's date, what happened, all that. Hit save, and you're done. That's how simple it is to put an incident report in these days. So you go through there, and it's going to load that up, depending on your internet connection. Now you can print it if you want to, but we're basically, most people just hit finish there. So that's how simple it is. I'm going to show you another one. So just for an employee, so we're going to go in and we're going to select a couple of the options now. So time and date again, so today's date. The time of the incident, let's go 9 a.m. not 9 p.m. The site, I'm going to use the same site just so when I go through and have to delete them, I can find the right one. And New South Wales Oasis. See how I'm using this drop down once again, and then Hunter Oasis Cafe. Incident type, let's go to employee this time, and you'll see that it drops down a whole new bunch of information here. So when it happens to an employee, we have to go through work cover, so we need a whole bunch of extra details here, and our return to work guys will look after that, but you need to put their name, their surname, the description of injury in there as well. So that'll go into there. So it might be description of injury, first aid only, or all that type of stuff. Gender, date of birth, suburb, all those details come through. Employee type, so employee, did the person complete the shift, yes or no, really important. If they went home, then we've got to get that there listed. If it's yes, they completed the shift, great. Supervisor's manager's name. Now, then we do the same thing, fill it out, hit save. If you change it from employee, you'll notice, let's go to volunteer, all those details drop away, and we have a selection here for type of volunteer. So work for the Dole/Corrections, a general volunteer, or a soldier. So with these guys, anyone who's not an employee, just follow the description here, add the name of the person first, so Matt Kemp, and then put in what actually happened. So Matt Kemp cut his finger while using a knife in the kitchen, needed medical treatment this time. So I got a little bit worse this time. I needed stitches this time, for example. So now what will happen is when you hit save, go through all that, your work health and safety consultant will review that, or the sales of general volunteer, review that. They'll probably give you a call there to talk about that and see how Matt's actually going in that example, and then hit save. That's how simple it is. So just remember to make sure you get this right up here. So general public. So quite often someone will come in and they will hurt themselves and they won't want to put details in. So we still need to recapture that information. So it might be a older lady tripped and fell. And make sure you spell everything right. Tripped and fell, and we're going to grab all those details there. So the advantage of that is that if in the future someone comes back and says, I hurt myself at Hunter Oasis Cafe on the 13th of April, and we don't have any details in there, then we're open to getting in trouble for that. This way, at least we've captured the details, and you don't need to remember it anymore. It's logged into the system, and you're all ready to go. So this is how we're going to run through incident reporting now. If you still want to use the old form, you can. You'll find it's a little harder because you still got to fill it out, scan it, and get it back to us. Once you hit save here, this actually goes to, once you get all the details in, you can see here if you don't put all the details in, you'll get a red asterisk. So once you hit save here, it actually goes to everybody who needs to get this incident report form, which I find really handy. So if this was a volunteer, let's change it back to a volunteer, then it would go off to Lucinda Gale in volunteer, it'll go off to insurance, it'll go off to your line manager, and it'll go off to your work health and safety person straight away. If you were to hit employee, it'll actually go off to our HR people, it'll go off to workers comp, it'll go off to your line manager, and everybody's notified instantaneously, which is really good. So if you've got any questions, give your work health and safety consultant a yell. Otherwise, have a go at this. Just remember we can go through and edit everything, so that's okay, and let us know if you've got any dramas. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you soon. Bye.